Hello and welcome back to another Fate Grand Order video. Yeah, we'll be continuing with LB7 and we'll be starting with section 12. Yeah, Kingdom of Course Corpses, section 12, formation restricted. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. You are the first one up today. Nice to see you. Seem to have gotten a good night's rest. You, Olga Murray, told me to go to bed early yesterday. Hmm. You know, Ved, Father Kotomine actually left me a message to give you. It's about her. Not so long ago, I'm sure I only would have told you. I would only have told you the message's content, but would not have been able to imagine how you might feel about them. But no, never mind that. Let me just give you the message. Guardians, I know this is a short notice, but young Miss and I have decided to part ways with you. Though she has yet to regain her memories and she is not yet sure who she really is. She said, she has said that, and I quote, I'm sick and tired of dumb dinos, weak ass earthlings, and stupid sweetling, sweet, sweatering Mictlan. We will therefore be leaving this Lostbelt tonight. I'm sure I can't be present for the confrontation with David, but as the young Mrs. Butler, I'm obliged to obey her. I wish you good luck in your future endeavors, shepherd of lost sheep, Father Kotomine. The end. You mean she's already gone? Yes. Oh, and one more thing. Father Kotomine asked me to give this to you as well. Are the cravings of this bark what you call English? Though he said you, Olga Marie, made this for you. Carvings, okay. I cannot help you save the earth. I'm sorry. Hmm. I see. So you, Olga Marie, and Rasputin are gone. I actually saw the you, Olga Marie, the foreign god's signal had disappeared from our instruments. I was only able to follow it partway, but it looks like she was headed towards the surface. Well, the first stratum. Hmm. Well, she didn't attack us on that, so that suggests she still hasn't regained her memories. She may not have liked me much, but it feels more like she saw me as a rival than an actual enemy. If anything, it seemed like she was fond of us, especially Ved and Marsh. But see, she still left without saying goodbye. That must mean. Was she offended by how wishy-washy we were about including her? I know that what that's like. Hell, I don't know what it's like not to feel that way. Every time I joined a club in university, I always felt like I was the only one who didn't belong. It's hard. It feels like lying on a bed of nails, and above all, my fierce pride simply couldn't take it. I bet it was Rasputin's idea. I mean, I know I told him they should leave. But seeing Ved and Marsh's response is making me wonder if I was wrong. No, deep down, I think I was secretly hoping you, Olga Marie, the splitting image of Olga Marie, would officially join Caldia in the end. I'm going to miss her too. Yes, she was a foreign god, but she was hilarious to watch and had gaps in her knowledge and defense so big you could drive a bus through them. If I'd managed to take advantage of one of those openings and analyze her, that would have made it really easy to find out what exactly the foreign god is. Why she would why she looks like Cardia's former director and how she is incarnated into a beast spirit origin. Alright everyone, chin up. No harm has been done, so there is no cause to be depressed. We may have lost our chance to verify it, but the fact is she is still suffering from memory loss is good news. This gives us opportunity to complete one of our original objectives, stop the foreign god from fusing with Ort. Agree. Heartless as it sounds, there is no sense discussing this further. Olga Marie is no longer helping us. She is our enemy once more, and that's how I'm going to think of her. Got that, Mash Ved? But maybe she hasn't left for good. There is still a chance she could decide to come back. Yes, that's definitely possible. So if you do run into her again, make sure you are prepared to defend yourself. That said, if she comes to us asking to talk instead of attacking, I won't force you to strike first. If that time comes, I'll leave the decision up to you. Got it? Go on. Repeat back what I said. Thank you, Captain. That's not what I said. Also, why are you thanking me? Because when it's all said and done, you still believe in her. Yeah, maybe you are right. That Marine didn't have any unique skills separated from the rest of the series, but he was much better judge of character than I have ever been. Alright. It took us a lot longer than expected, but it's finally time to start our staff briefing. First, I want to reconfirm our main objective. The primary one, as we just mentioned. Was it neutralize the foreign god and stop her from fusing with Ort? A secondary objective was to exercise this South American Lostbelt and to complete the last crypt and to capture the last cryptor debit. Obviously, things have changed since then. There has been no shortage of surprises in this Lostbelt, and now we need to rethink how we handle those two objectives. For now, one of the foreign gods. For one, now that the foreign god is suffering from memory loss, she is not even thinking about fusing with Ort. Meanwhile, David the Cryptor and his servant Scalipoca are now trying to use Ort for their own ends. And what you saw in Mexico City was in fact a vision of the near future, then we must begin by considering how we can prevent it from coming to pass. Right you are. Unfortunately, the Ortenex contained no video footage of the collapse of Mictlan and Earth that Ved reported. Not because it didn't record for the span of time, you see, but because the footage and only that footage was lost. We therefore have no choice but to take our field operative's word for it. Still, I have to ask, are you sure the whole Earth was really falling apart? It wasn't an illusion or a forced perspective or something along those lines. It was real, no questions. I can't believe it. Oh, I'm not talking about your testimony. I'm talking about David's absolute insane plan. Isn't he working for the foreign god? And doesn't the foreign god want to rule the earth? So how can she possibly rule the planet if it no longer exists? Koenskaya, do you have any idea what he's thinking? The fact is you don't use to be a cryptor. The fact is you did used to be on cryptor's side. So you must know more than anyone else here. I'm afraid I haven't the slightest clue, and I am not alone there. David was always enigmatic even to the other cryptors and the foreign god's disciple. Before the foreign god appeared here as Olga Marie, she was only focused on Lord Kistaria. She had less than no interest in other cryptors. Now that I think about it, though, she did kind of seem like she was deliberately ignoring David. Well, more than that, she chose to leave him out of her plan. She never so much as gave him an order, never even said she didn't care what he did. That's not how you treat a subordinate, if anything. Yes, she was treating him like an equal or possibly a superior. The foreign god and I signed a mutual non aggression pact which let me do whatever I wanted. But the foreign god never had any authority over Lord David. Maybe Lord David was never even a cryptor to begin with. Never a cryptid to begin with. Does that mean he was never really on Crystaria's side? I see. Now I understand what the file of Vodaims I saw in Olympus was talking about. Kirielite David was a member of Team A. It's not in question. That said, he was never in the same position as us. He didn't owe the foreign god anything. For that matter, the rest of us had never even heard the word cryptor until we were brought back to life. Me, Ophelia, Okuta, Beryl, none of us had heard it before. But it looked like David was already familiar with it. At that time, I thought that name was like a blood oath, sealing our vote to revolt against humanity, but I was wrong. It was actually the foreign god who told Cristaria that we were to be called cryptors. So calling you cryptor was not Vodheim's idea after all. Then what are the requirements of being one? Do you just need to be a member of Team A? I'm not totally sure, but like I said, the rest of us only learned the name cryptor when the foreign god resurrected us. What's more, there was a price we had to pay if we were going to be resurrected. Resolve the incineration of humanity. While we were in our coffins, the foreign god promised to resurrect us. If we could prove we had the same power to resolve the incineration of humanity incident that Ved and Mash did. But that was impossible. Me, Ophelia, and everyone else on Team We were all dead in our coffins. It was hopeless. We couldn't even have made it through the first singularity like that. So Vodheim did it for us. He resolved the incineration of humanity incident all by himself several times over, so that we wouldn't have to. He never said anything about it, never threw it on our faces. He just made sure we all had the same opportunities he did. Yes, I certainly see him doing that. I can certainly see him doing that. I understand how you feel, Karok. It's okay, I'm calmer now. I can just imagine the troubled expression on Vodheim's face if he saw me making you sympathize with me like this. Anyway, my point is I never found any mention of David's resurrection. I'm just guessing here, but I think David somehow managed to resurrect himself. Apparently, the foreign god needed a certain amount of energy to resurrect us. In fact, it took the same amount needed to clear the incineration of humanity. David managed it by generating that energy all on his own. I bet even the foreign god must have been at loss. According to Vodheim's record, the foreign god gave us only minimal support in our coffin by letting us use Caldea's summoning system to summon servants. But apparently David didn't even make use of that. So even though it was just a simulation, he had resolved the incineration of humanity alone without a single servant. That's a strong master. He did all that without even a single heroic spirit. So he managed it all the way from the first singularity to the final one entirely on his own. What the hell? What is he? Some kind of super master or something? Was he being a jerk or just a show off? Did he just feel compelled to prove he is better master than Ved by resolving the incineration of humanity without a single servant's help? It wouldn't It wouldn't like that. It wasn't like that. Again, I'm quoting from Woodheim's record. David Simvoid was omitted because his way of thinking and living never belonged with humanity in first place. I see. Then he would how then he would have had no choice but to satisfy these conditions on his own. Because he is not part of humankind, and since he isn't on humanity's side, he couldn't summon a servant even if he wanted to. Emergency alarm. Gah, must you sound the alarm at the worst possible timings? So many air. What is it anyway? We have got a problem. Something's rampaging outside. Even the dinos are fleeing in terror. Maybe we should suspend the briefing for now and see what's up. Got it. Wait, Mush. We are on it. We'll take care of it. Right. Have it rot. Can you help us? Sure thing. It's possible. It's probably just some carnivorous insect or ocelomath anyway. I'll have this wrapped up in no time. Okay, so yeah. Ghouls. That is something I didn't expect to see now, but we are in the underworld, so yeah, that's totally possible.
次はこの寝てしまっても構いませんよ。お楽しみください。目を背けないで。これは私のことの葉が紡いだ終わりなき願いの物語。アルフ・ライラ・ワ・ライダ。今宵はここまで。ご存知のはず。モルゴース。ホームをよく言いました。これは私のことの葉が紡いだ終わりなき願いの物語。アルフ・ライラ・ワ・ライダ。今宵はここまで。そう、いいでしょう。私の足元で許しを請いなさい。落ちよ。 ロードレスキャメロット。逃がすものか。やめてください。お楽しみください。これは私のことの葉が紡いだ終わりなき願いの物語。アルフ・ライラ・ワ・ライダ。今宵はここまで。ご存知のはず。夜はまだ続く。すべて別の手に入らないのは昔昔。入れましょう。よくいい判断です。これは私のことの葉が紡いだ終わりなき願いの物語。アルフ・ライラ・ワ・ライダ。今宵はここまで。死になさい。消えなさい。何を喜んでいるのです。私が出たのです。勝利は約束されていたはずです。
Okay. Kamazot's. It's Kamazot. It's the bat. The shadow of death is here. He isn't. He didn't even wait for it to get dark. Run. Run for your lives. Run before he sucks your blood and turns you into a living corpse. Vampire? More enemies approaching from the jungle. There is still more coming, Master. Those footsteps are shaking the ground. Must be mindless dinos. Be careful, everyone. No president and no Kuklukan right now, so we need a servant to break through its defenses. Or a mystic code if you got one. That can do the trick. Okay, so ignore invincible. Got it. Triple Koyan Skya should do the trick. Yeah, I don't need stars somehow. Okay, I should have put Ignore Invincible C on Arjuna. Let's see. Okay, only a single one. Dead Apostle Dinos. Dead Apostle. Okay. The wording.
NFS サービスです。はち切れそうでしょ。お問い合わせは私まで。お問い合わせは私まで。クライアントのそのように好き放題扱ってあげましょう。こちらの話です。なぶります。違和感指 薄絹はこれこの通り。私の本性受け止めてくださいますか。10万トンの衝撃となりますが、お行きなさい。ドラコーン。当サーカスの花形でしてよ。
Okay. Guts.
完全敗北よろしくて。クライアントの仰せのままなぶります。まあ大胆。
There should have been enough,
日を
but
陰り薄絹はこれこ
I
の
don't
通
think it will be.
り。私の本性受け止めてくださいます。
Also, the guts. I think it's half HP.
10万
Last
トン
time
の
it was
衝
half
撃と
HP.
なりますが、
Nope, 1000 guts.
油
Yep,
でございますか。
all good.
邪悪、それは誤解というものかと。私生き物はみんな
Did the dinos just turn to dust? I thought the same. It seemed like something other than poison or pain robbed it of its intelligence. I never thought we would run into monsters like that in a Lostbelt. I will be brief. You just fought a vampire. That dinos must have been attacked by a blood-sucking monster, then became one itself. As for the animated corpses you fought prior to that one, they must have been lesser familiars and ghouls. Such monsters are created by imbuing the blood of undead, which causes them to instinctively seek more blood even after death. So, is Kamazots a vampire? Because I don't think he is a true ancestor. Because dead apostles, then ghouls are also here now. Let's see. They are a type of enemy we have not seen previously. They are also a foreign enemy which would normally not be our problem. So now, as if David Simvoid and Tezcatlipoca were not bad enough, it seems we must also address another new threat to Kalia. It's not new at all. It's Kamazot. The Dinos even said so. Kamazots, as in one of the major dark gods of Xibalba, described in the Pupal text of Mayan mythology. Now that you mention it, I remember seeing details about someone by that name in Vade's report as well. Are you sure that it is him? Are you certain you were not mistaken, or that you misheard perhaps? Yes, Sion would definitely know something about vampires because she is in Atlas Institute. Also, if she is related to the... No, that Sion is completely different from the Tsukihime universe. Sion. Because I think she was entered the Atlas Institute by taking the name of Atlasia. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's see what she knows about them. According to the Popol Vuh, Kamazot was a monster who cut off people's head to drink their blood, but it says nothing about him being able to control the dead. Oh, this is bad. This is very, very bad, Sion and Da Vinci. For a Dino's Camazotz, it's even more frightening than the night. Whenever he shows up, all the dinos hide away in their homes. And that means they won't be able to help repair the border, so it'll take us way longer to finish fixing. Well, I suppose our original plan was to fix it ourselves, so we haven't really lost anything in that sense, but I'm right there with you. It's really disheartening. Yep. Never mind repairs for now. Isn't Chichen Itza in trouble? Yes, it is. We are in Chichen Itza. It's our territory right now, and there is no telling when those monsters might head for the city. Then we have no choice but to defeat Kamazor. Besides, he's the one who has been using Master's command spell without his permission. I knew we would have to face him eventually, so if that time is now, I have no objections. So he's the one with the command spells. Alright, I don't blame you for being upset. Mash. Also, I'm surprised you already knew Kamazot Tipu. I thought you were meeting him for the first time back in the first underworld along with the rest of us. Well, that was my first time actually meeting him in person. Kamazot is the only being in Miklan who is superior to us Dinos, which makes him a frightening figure. I just happen not to think of him that way myself. So when we met him, the only thought I had was, oh, so that's Kamazot. So the dinos are simply scared of him then. I suppose that means it's up to us then. It's only right that we repay the dinos for all the help and hospitality. Wait, Mash, go take care of Kamazot for them. I'll even send Koenskar to help you. Me? Why me? Oh, no particular reason. I certainly haven't been wondering how long this vixen means to keep mocking of us. Wondering if she'll ever take a page from the Dino's book. None of that has ever occurred to me. No, sir. Not once anyway. Good luck. I've decided I'm coming along too. I already know which direction the ghouls came from. It's the jungle northwest from here. The same place you all went to look for food before. What did you just say? Yeah, the food is then contaminated, probably. Khan ruins. Okay. I was so intrigued, I decided to join you. Kamazotz is probably hiding out in the ancient Khan ruins. It's a dangerous place, so this time I want to do everything I can to ensure all of your safety this time. This time, did something happen to this ruins before? No, not at Khan, but I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Come, let's hurry. Teppu. He was talking about what happened with Marine. Are these Khan ruins dangerous? Khan was a city, well, a kingdom really, that predated Chichen Itza. It's believed that the dinos who rebuilt Chichen Itza actually used Khan as a reference. That's news to me. What happened then? Did the kingdom decline naturally, or did a later king decide to relocate the capital? We are not sure. To this day, no dinos knows what Khan was like in its heyday. We don't know what life was like for those dinos who lived there, or why Khan ultimately disappeared. This was a long time ago, you understand? The only knowledge the priest passed down was knowledge acquired after Chichen Itza was completed. That being said, some dinos do believe Khan's downfall had something to do with the fourth annihilation. So Mictlan also experienced extinction event. No, it didn't reach that the level of extinction, but uh, exten- extinction. The dinos survived, as you can see. I already told Father Kotomine this, but according to Kukulkan, Mictlan's son once went into hibernation of sorts. Consequently, Mictlan experienced a night which lasted for a very, very long time. It, in turn, the dinos had no choice but to follow the sun's lead, close their eyes, and enter a deep slumber. In your terms, this sleep lasted about 100,000 years. When the sun returned, less than 10% of the dinos who had gone to sleep were able to reawaken. 100,000 years, and only 10% of you came back. There is no way you could have repopulated your species with so few. Oh wait, now that I think about it, human experiences similar miracle. 70,000 years ago, back when modern humankind only existed in West Africa, there was a freak weather event that reduced the population down to only 2,000 people. They survived the crisis through and eventually spread out to other continents, eventually growing the numbers to the 7 billion alive today. Although the way Tepu put it, it sounds like the dinos are able to cryopreserve themselves. Yeah, hibernation maybe. Maybe they have something similar to cryophobiasis, the ability that lets tardigrades survive in even in outer space. The cliches that cliche that clinches it. The dinos are clearly a new type of prime species, one that was purposefully designed with a talent for genetic manipulation that never existed in proper human history. It's not much further to Khan ruins now. Please watch your steps, everyone. There are many fences to trip on here, on there. Yeah, those are definitely ruins, but there is something about them. Right, something feels off about them. Koenska, is something wrong? Something wrong? Perish the thought. I was just thinking a little trip down memory lane. I was just taking a trip down memory lane, that's all. More importantly, look up. Don't you recognize those flapping sounds and that creepy laugh? How cruel, how endless, be deliciously cruel. You cluster together in your weakness, cowering, trembling. You build walls, you prosper, and eventually have yourselves a kingdom. But no matter how you rack your brains, you are still hopelessly weak. All that hard work wasted. In the end, all that remains of you is your bones and the ruins of your shattered, forgotten dreams. What what can one do but laugh, but look down upon you in contempt? Truly, the tears of the weak are as sweet as the blue blood in their veins. How I enjoyed waiting for you, apes. I was worth the trouble of sending my messengers to get your attention. I'm accustomed. I am accustomed to boredom, but don't take that to mean I'm anything approaching patient. You responded so quickly. The dinos could learn a lot from you in that regard. But faster isn't always better. three servants with you. This time, the shield girl, the child scholar, and a guessed a beast, guised a beast. Do you really mean to challenge me, the Lord of Underworld, with this pathetic lot? Has Tezcatlipoca rattled you so much that you have forgotten to fool-heartedly display of valor you showed in the underworld, priest of Chaldea? Fine, let's have your excuse. Then, why have you so underestimated me? Hey, it's not like we are in the underworld right now, right? So you think you needn't fear me because we aren't in the underworld? Is that it? Ha 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 ha! Ah, ha, ha, ha. Insolence! 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 Death! 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 All right, that should do it. You may be infuriating beyond compare, but you are brave. I like that. That's exactly why humans should be. That's what. That's exactly what humans should be. Priest of Chaldea. Now I want even more to be you. These summoning arts fascinate me. It's rather fun in getting to meet dead warriors. I see you have reclaimed two of the command spells. One still belonged to the underworld though. My original plan was to cut your head off in the fourth layer, and to take your eyes and brain for myself. But it seems it's time to show you how wrong you are about being able to defeat me just because we are not in the underworld. It's time to shake my thirst. Don't worry. All I need from you is your head. So I do so love blood. But I hate having the same blood twice. Unfortunately, you all look alike. I can't be expected to tell an ocelotl from a servant, so it's my personal policy to kill any creature whose blood I have tasted before. Would you like to know why? So I don't ever have to look at them again, and I won't have to resort to tasting their blood twice. So welcome, listen well, undead warriors of Khan. The time has come to add you to your ranks.
喉の渇きを癒す時だ。なに、首だけ残っていればいい。ここでお前たちを歓迎しよう。不死なるカーンの戦士よ、その同胞を増やす時だ。
I think this is the first time we have seen the infinite symbol. The battle infinite.
そのようにお参りしていきます。こちらの話です。華麗に決めようか。月の光いいでしょう。それ見つけた。審査いきまーす。浮気現場発見。ちょっと早 借りるわ。無駄ですよ。手加減はいらないような。完全敗北よろしくね。火薬の匂い。ええ、そのように。おい、失礼。こちらの話です。あなたが今も月の光を忘れぬように。おてんばで悪かったわね。ん？好き放題扱ってあげましょう。よーし、その気になった。おいっち、ありがとう。もちろん成層圏までひとっ飛び。大気の守り、星の周り、束ねて落として見せましょう。スーパー新時消えなさい。捕まえた。そこまでよ。たまたま調子悪かっただけよ。
歴史倫理出席確認。
まあ大胆。
世界は学びに満ちている。ならば今こそ人は学ぶ時。知識こそが悪を断つ。マハープララヤ。
Is it a losing battle? Because it
Kirit
definitely feels like it.
ケアレスミス。不勉強。
目障りですね。無駄ですよ。
現代語歴史出席確認。
この私が
ケアレスミス。
もうふっと消え去れ。雨のように。無駄ですよ。はい、NFS サービスです。お参りしていきます。お望みのままに。
起立。例
この私
出
が
席確認。ケアレスミス。
ひょんひょんひょいっ
不勉強。
と。無駄ですよ。ええ、そのように。失礼。こちらの話です。あくまで華麗に。まあ大胆。じゃんじゃじゃーん。見てこの躍動。天を揺るがすエンジン。私趣味に走りました。 支配してあげましょう。コッパみじん目障りですね。無駄。あ、これ無理ですね。
現代
人類
出席確認。
このようにスタンバイスライブゴー。派手にやっておしまいなさい。これが玉も重工の優秀兵器79式玉もタンクですの。
落第です。不勉強。
まあ大
出席確認。
バックフロ
倫理学のお時間です。で世界は学びに満ちている。ならば今こそ人は学ぶ時。知識こそが悪を断つ。マハープララヤ。不勉強。落第です。追試開始。一斉奏者。
自由に振る舞いすぎたようです。
睡眠不足も天敵。
What is the gimmick of this fight? Because I don't remember. I'm very much confused about this. So. Okay. I need to defeat the villains. Sure. Why not?
ご欲まで華麗に成層圏までひとっ飛び。大気の守り星の周り束ねて落として見せましょう。目障りですね。
Yep, only a single one was left, so yeah. Truly spectacular fighting. Servants reminded me of the good old Dark Ages. I never thought the billion souls of Gallian blood I consumed would one day be the driving force of all these skeletons. Is he embedding warriors' souls inside the skeleton? We can't beat them like that. We can't even get near Kamazots with all the skeletons around. Do you have a shot, Koenskaya? I'm afraid not. This crowd of skeletons is doing a wonderful job of making an obstruction of themselves. Unfortunately for us, this is a perfect place for a necromancer. By my count, there are no fewer than 100,000 corpses buried here. Let's go, we can't fight him here. That's right, I don't need the underworld to summon the dead. And it looks like you apes can't see the blood threads I'm using to bind souls to the skeleton. Damn it. Guy looks like an idiot, but he really is good at this. He's got us boxed in. We don't have a way out. I can force my way past them, past them and into the jungle, but I won't be able to get more than few meters. I don't think retreat is an option right now, Master. Well, we'll just have to push through, right towards Kamazoth. I'm afraid that's not a good idea. The moment Mash gets close to him, he'll retreat back up to the sky and the skeletons will completely swarm her. We need a decoy, someone big and tough who won't get hurt in all this. Obviously, it has to be me. So, alright everyone. I'll see you later. I should be able to hold out as long as the sun is here. But I would very much appreciate if you came to rescue me as soon as you can. Huh, Tipu? So, that's dinosaurs barrier. Dino's barrier. We had mentioned in his report, it looks as strong as electromagnetic armor. There, I fired a volley of my prized napalm rockets. We now have a clear path into the jungle. It won't last long though, so I suggest anyone who wants to live gets moving and quickly. Senpai, hang in there, Tepu. I promise we'll come back for you. Will we have to fight Tepu? Don't tell me that. I don't remember anything that happened in the JP server when I was doing this Lostbelt. So yeah, it's as good as blind reaction right now. And I don't want to fight Tepu. It just sounds like bad time. We overheard everything on the comms. We know Tepu stayed behind in the enemy territory. I wish we could combat the enemy's number with our own, but we'll help save Master Tepu. We have got to. But we can't handle Kamazoth. He's just too scary. I know we shouldn't be afraid, but I just can't stop striking. Oh, get a hold of yourselves, Soccer Raptor. We are not going to demand that non-combatants put themselves in danger. We just need your speed. Run to the temple as fast as you can and fetch Kuklukan. She is ridiculously strong. She should have no trouble handling hundreds, no thousands of enemies. Oh, our seventh bros already doing just that. but he screeched that he can't find Lady Kuklukan anywhere. Damn it, she just does whatever the hell she feels like it, doesn't she? I suppose this is it then. Koyanskaya, can't you do much about skeletons since they don't desire anything, and with Captain unable to leave the border right now? Does that mean it's time for Kardok with his anti-beast magecraft and combat forces so accustomed to fighting on the front lines? Sion, an expert alchemist and elite member of Atlas Institute whose plan always go according to her calculation. The meme. Myself as intellectual mage and expert commander who issues order left and right from HQ, and Milus Munir who can probably also do something useful to join Wade in battle. I'm not really a combatant, you know. I cannot use threads to pull off a combo or anything like that. Not this Sion, but the other one can. I overheard the whole thing. It seems my time has come. What better ways to fight a zombie than with mummies? Yeah. Nito. Yep, Nito Chris. No one can match me in the art of necromancy. That Kamazots is even using zombies and skeleton shows just how much he has to learn. If this demon claims to be a skilled summoner, I will show him the true might of Egyptian techniques. The technique that even takes our undead's comfort and well-being into consideration by ensuring they still have bodies. Oh no, that is confident. Oh, now that is confidence right there. I'd never have believed you were the same servant who had been a losing streak since we got here. Well said, Nitocris. This is your chance to redeem yourselves after your humiliating loss to Tlalak. Did you really need to bring that up right now? Yes, I can hear them, the voices of the dead. With so many here, even an inexperienced necromancer could embed them in vessels. He could call out to 100 deaths and he could call out to 100 dead, and he would only capture one. I doubt he cares who he gets as long as they can fight. So the other 99 are just ignoring him. You are certain you can win. I am. This is where we fought that turkey. I remember, its cry was no ordinary thing. I see now it's because it was calling out to the dead. That's why it affected me so much. I can hear the voices of the dead. I'm ashamed I didn't realize this at the time and only dismissed it as a healthy morning call. So you essentially left your spirit channel on and dialed up to maximum volume. More or less. Yes, it didn't do me any favors at the time, but at least I can make use of the experience now. I'm going to layer a spell that mimics the bird's cry over Kamazot's necromancy, essentially jamming his signal. Only a true exceptional necromancer could hope to keep control of their familiars under those circumstances. Wow, so you really do know what you're doing. So which set of ears do you use to listen to dead anyway? The upper one or the lower one? Hehe, do try to keep your insolence to minimum. As for my ears, it doesn't matter either way. We are here. Those are Khan's ruin. Now, where is Tepu? Ouch, these Khan soldiers are hurting me. Looks like he is tired, but still hanging in there. Phew, we are not too late. So you have returned, Chaldean boy. Good. Struggling like that really gets your blood pumping. So what did you bring this time? A storm, a fire, a disease? It doesn't matter. The Khan warriors are indestructible. You can never defeat them with the kind of violence you'd use on the living. That expression change. I don't know what's going on, but this would seem to be our chance. I'll open my underworld mirror and cleanse the spirits that fill this land. Ah, a necromancer. I knew it. You should be ashamed. Revolting. Revolting. I want to tear your own eyes out. It's hideous. So hideous. Kill that woman, my warriors, otherwise she will send you into a nightmare from which you'll never awaken. How dare you hear the voice of the dead, even outside the underworld. There is only room in Mictlan for one necromancer, and that's me. Okay. Nitocris a starting member. My Nitocris is MP1, right? Yep. I haven't gotten many copies of her, so
やはりそうか、資料使い。恥を知れ。目玉が潰れるほどおぞましい。戦士ども殺すがいい。冥界以外で死者の声を聞く蛮行許すまじ。
大逆には死を。熱を帯びなさい。マルミアドは天空よ。かわいい。仕方ありません。ないぞ。屍の鏡、暗黒の鏡、扉となり恐怖を心。アンプーネブタジュセル。 大逆には死を。仕方ありませんね。屍の鏡、暗黒の鏡、扉となり恐怖をここへ。暗風ねぶたジュゼル。白兵戦行きます。妖精熱を帯びなさい。今のうちにマルミアドはお望み。仕方ありませんね。屍の鏡、暗黒の鏡、扉となり恐怖をここへ。暗風ねぶたジュゼル。出ませ。不敬者ホルアクティ。
There were some deaths in there, but no one seemed to have died because of the break bar.
天空よ。気が合います。お望みとあらば。
There should be enough to kill them all because their death resistance is almost
暗風ねぶたジュゼル。すぐに再会できるでしょう。ただし冥界での話ですが。
bones. What is this? What just happened? What happened? Is that just what happened is that you just lost demon god. I've read these ruins of all the dead spirits gathered here. You no longer have even a single pawn to command. I said, what just happened? Oh. Nitocris. One move and I'll split her from head to toe with my scythe. This is a cool CG. Ah, so fast he grabbed me before I even had time to blink. Now answer me, woman. What just happened here? How did you do it? You mean how I returned your familiars to the earth? I just used my own dead spirit to banish yours. No, no, no. The soldiers you commanded. You were treating those pale ghosts as though as they were your own subjects, weren't you? Those ghosts were long dead. Any dream they had vanished along with their souls. And you are going to tell me what they are, that you remember each of their names. What? Answer me. Do you actually bother remembering them all? Do you really recall those dead people's name and deeds every single time you call upon them? Of course I do. Those ghosts were all once loyal subjects of the Pharaoh. Even if they are no longer with us, I still honor their names and deeds. A Pharaoh who resigned as briefly as I did, who, re- who resigned as briefly as I did, is only able to exist as a heroic spirit because I shared their plan. Ah, ah, ah. Disgusting. Utterly disgusting. Ah, I want to tear my own skin off. I can't take it. I can't take it any longer. This is the worst day ever. Ruined by the worst woman ever. What even are those ridiculous rabbit ears? They make every hair on my body stand on end. I'm going to Yaya Kholi for healing bath. That spring, the source of night, should at least rid me of those awful chills. I'm not sure what he was talking about, but I get the feeling that I was very innocent indeed. Anyways, I didn't manage to land a hit on him, but does this mean we are driven him away? I'd say this count as victory. Yeah. Indeed, victory is yours and I live to see another day. Thank you all so much. Nitocris, you did what no one else could have been able to accomplish. You defeated Kamazots and drove him off. I have no doubt there is going to be a grand festival in Chichen Itza tonight. You should return there with your head held high. I see, a festival, huh? Wait, what? Cute expressions. Why did I feel revolted towards what Nitocris just said? Okay. This is quite a party. Spectacular work, Nitocris. No other warrior has ever managed to drive Kamazots away. The Dinos will never forget what you have done. From now on, whenever they encounter a problem, they'll say, Nitocris didn't give up when she drove off that annoying bat. WWND. What would Nitocris do? Insolence. Huh? Still not fully grasping the situation. Party is still going. By the sounds of it, I can still hear the dinos all the way out here. This is not how I imagined today would go, but at least Caldia is super popular with the dinos now. Starting tomorrow, we should be able to focus on repairing the border again, but before that, yes, we need to continue our discussion from earlier. It seems like the last scripted David Simvoid has a plan of its own, entirely separate from foreign gods. He must use or whether it is in this Lostbelt to destroy the entire planet. So our top priority now ahead of tracking down or cutting down the Tree of Emptiness is to stop David's plan. Though of course, since we have not yet been able to detect the Tree of Emptiness, much less locate it, we can do little in the ways of planning to cut it down. Yeah, between crashing, getting taken prisoner, the surprise cultural exchange and the zombie attack, I honestly haven't even given a thought to searching for the Tree of Emptiness. How about you, with Mush? Have you two seen anything around that looks like it could maybe be the Tree of Emptiness? The altar, the roots on the altar. Not even a hint of it. Nope. Hell, Miklan is chock full of mysteries. I agree with Senpai. The surface is completely devastated, while this underground world teems with life. I think if we understood Miklan's structure, we should have no trouble figuring out where the Tree of Emptiness is. But you people are all overthinking this. Things like that Tree of Emptiness are always in the deepest, most inaccessible part of this world, of their world. So it seems clear to me that we will find Miklan's Tree of Emptiness at its southernmost point, the ninth bottommost stratum. Thinking really variantly. And that means once the storm border is back up and running, we can fly right to it. So for now, let's just be patient, give our technical advisor and see on time to finish repair while we kick back and relax in our air-conditioned room. Not happening, Gordon. Did you forget about the report of what happened in Mexico City? If we didn't do something sooner, we won't be able to stop the future where Ort wakes up, and we have no idea how long it will be until that happens. So the best thing we can do right now is to stop Tiscalipoca and David's plan before they can wake Ort up. Right, that slipped my mind, but the future they saw was already set, no? Will us stopping their plan change that? Of course. If we do nothing, the future they saw in Mexico City will be set. But right now, we are still at the crossroads of the present. Should Ort wake up, we will no longer be able to alter the future Tiscalipoca showed us. However, if we can stop Ort from waking, the future is entirely in our hands. Yep. And that's why we need all the information we can get. Who exactly is David Simvoid? How is he planning to wake Ort? For that matter, what exactly is Ort? We still haven't detected it in Miklan, so right now we can't even say whether it's asleep or dead. Without that information, we can't really formulate a plan. As much as I wish otherwise, unfortunately, we don't have any way of finding more information. Neither the dinos nor the king of dinosaurs seems to have any knowledge of things outside of Chichen Itza. Maybe we could infiltrate Mexico City again and ask David himself. Nah, that's a dumb idea. Even if we manage to get it in and find him, he'd sooner die than tell us anything. What should we do then? It's been less than a year since David came to this Lostbelt, the same as it was for the other cryptors. So where was he for all that time? What was he doing? How did someone so obsessed with so opposed to humanity summon Tiscalipoca? Where exactly are Ort and the Tree of Emptiness? If only we could talk to someone who had the answers to those questions. Of course, we could never be so lucky as for there to be someone around who conveniently has the knowledge Oh, is that all you need? Because I'm pretty sure you can find dinos who know what the cryptor's been doing since his arrival there in Metzitlan? Metzitlan, of course. What's Metzitlan? Oh, sorry. The dinos have been pestering me for more of your stories. So I came here to fetch Ved and Mash. But your conversation was so interesting I couldn't help but listen in. Yes, I see. Sorry we didn't notice you, but what is Metzitlan, please? In our world, Aztec mythology, it's a part of name of the first of the 13 heavens, the bottommost domain where the moon moved Metzli. So from what we have seen, from what you are saying, I gather it's some kind of moon-like facility overlooking all of Miklan. That's right. Unlike the pastor in the sunglasses, I don't know much about the future, so casually or any other complicated topics. But I do still want to help you, so I decided to skip the council meeting in Miklan and come here to talk. If you don't know the answer to the question, ask someone who does. And there is a very knowledgeable dino who's good at answering questions in Medzitlan Observatory. Yes. So there is someone up there with an even greater knowledge of Miklan than you. So where? That is, who in the world is this person? Are you part of the teachings of the sun like you? Good questions. Good question. The circumstances of our birth are pretty similar. If you think of me as Miklan's new son, she is Miklan's new land. She can never leave the place where she was born. And the place is the last destination humankind can reach on their own power. The observatory that was built in this seventh stratum. It's known as Mixzillan, the terminal observatory, and is the home of Princess Zukli. Shukli, the stargazer known as Archetype Earth. Oh, she is a duplicate of the planet Sol. She has existed ever since Miklan came first into being. Okay, so here it is. The seventh stratum, Mitskali, the terminal observatory, almost like the Chaldea of Miklan. Thank you, Kukulkan. I wasn't expecting a lifeline, but you're truly proven to be our savior. So no one is going to question the archetype. Alright everyone, you have heard Goddess. We are beginning a new operation. Ved, Mash, Habitrot, Da Vinci and Nitocris over there, having the time of our life. Prepare to leave for the 7th stratum at once. And could I ask you to accompany them to Kukulkan? Da Vinci will only be there to handle data analysis. You are the strongest fighter around by far. We would be very grateful if you were willing to help with. Of course, yay, Director. Thanks, Director. Now I have the perfect excuse to cancel my annoying council meeting. I couldn't turn down a request for aid after all. Sion and I will stay here to focus on repairing the border. Gwen Sky, you are on guard duty. Sion also didn't really answer or question the archetype. What will you do, Kodok? You'll be helpful no matter which group you go with. So you should go where you think you can do the most good. Okay, I'll stay with the border too. But I can't help with the repairs. I'm going to go over the clock tower files since they might have something on debit. Oh, good idea. I think I'll do the same. The clock tower files are heavily encrypted though. We'll need to decrypt them one at a time. I can help with that though. Though it will have to be in my downtime between repair tasks. Alright then, it's settled. Let's get to work everyone. Oh, but not right this second. Ved and Kyrielite still needs to rest. You both have a responsibility to get 7 hours of sleep and 2 hours of relaxation each day. You'll be departing tomorrow morning. Until then, take some time to enjoy the Chechen Izzat's nightlife if you like. Why don't you spend the night in Chechen Izzat to Commander? Good point. A chance like this doesn't come around every day. If I think of it as a vacation near a tropical rainforest, then maybe. No, wait, you can't fool me. I just know I'm going to be mistaken for a giant Jokta ball the moment I set foot outside. And passed around from dinos to Dinos until I end up somewhere I didn't even want to imagine. But first, we should probably rescue Nitocris from the shrine. And since the Dinos want to hear more Lostbelt stories, we can kill two birds with one stone. We are going. We have got a long journey ahead of starting tomorrow, so this might be a last chance to talk to them. Make sure to tell them as much as you can. So, LB6. Listen. Europe. The UK, United Kingdom. The island city. There is a dragon, and that's the story of Chinese lost belt. Oh, so we talked about sin. Wow, a world of all vessels and just one human. Yeah, also a smartphone virus that happened. A man that's efficient, really efficient. The vessels do all the heavy labor to keep the world running and provide the king with culture. The king evaluates it all and becomes the primary figure in making future advancements. Technological development could never take a wrong turn in a world like that. The other Lost Belt worlds were pretty astonishing too, but in terms of competition, the Chinese Lost Belt sounds like it was right at the top. I know what you mean. Chin stroking. No one in this society ever had to feel unnecessary suffering or want things they could never have. Complete, yes, I'd say it is, but at the level of species maintaining the status quo of efficient regression. Effectively regressing? Effectively regression. No matter how stable the world a species lives in may be, no matter how stable the world a species lives in may be, but if that species never changes at all, it will only be a matter of time before other species surpasses them, efficiently causing them to degrade. But the Qin Huan person managed all that change himself. As long as they never made a mistake, a Chinese lost belt would have been powerful indeed. And they did not, in fact, make any mistake, which is why their empire became eternal. It's just too bad their own lifespan was limited, not necessarily physical, since they did acquire an immortal body, but mentally. It almost sounds as though the Great Wall they built enclosed their mind as well as their nation. That part, I honestly didn't understand. Why would a human of that caliber stop trying to grow their territory? Isn't that why they become emperor in the first place? To grow humanity's domain as far as possible. Maybe they just wanted to test how far they could evolve. Maybe exploring into outer space just wasn't worth the cost. I'd say it was probably a combination of space travel not seemingly worth the cost and an interest in pursuing their own evolution. Qin Shi Huan was the ultimate human in a very real sense. Their ideological and sophisticated, yes. Their ideology was sophisticated, so solostatic. Yes, but that was because they truly believed themselves to be the pinnacle of humanity. And since they were so strong in both mind and body, they probably never saw a need to compare themselves to others. It's the same ideal Krishnacharya tried to bring about. Qin Shi Huans loved their subject and strove to advance the human species as much as possible. They were a perfect person, a true Jinren. But unfortunately, there was no one else in the world who could stand as King Shi Huan's spear, which ended up leaving them as the only human there. So there were a really hard-headed human. That kind of sounds like Tepu. He never lets anything stop him even when he is all alone. Wow, these other lost builds are amazing. We could never try to keep surviving after an extinction. And none of us care about having our own species flourish or trying to evolve further. Really? But surely you guys don't want to go extinct either, right? We do try to avoid death, but that's not the same thing as trying to avoid extinction. That would require a way to look at things which was very focused on us. Specifically, we live for something bigger than ourselves. That said, no dinos can put into words exactly what that bigger thing is. But you taught us that our world is a lost belt, a world that was meant to be pruned away. We are grateful to you for that. We are not envious of any of the other lost belts or the proper human history, because we know that our Miklan is already complete and perfect world. Yeah, we all love Miklan and we are all grateful to Lady Kuklugan. But I do wonder if our lost belt as meaningful as a world. I do wonder if our lost belts as meaningful a world as other ones. I hope so. He looks so sad. The last section, the last node of the section. There you are, Vakchan. I've been looking for you. Are you feeling like your old self yet? It's no use. Nothing I do works. I don't want to do anything at all. Ever again. Not until the sun disappears forever. Your brain waves aside. You seem like you are still in peak condition. So let me give you this message. The Chaldeans will be heading to the 7th stratum at daybreak. If you would be willing to go with them as their porter, it would be a tremendous help. Wow, the 7th stratum. That's amazing. That's practically a stone throwing from the dreaded lands. Even I've only been there once. My dad took me when I was a kid, and I only remember seeing the stars there. That sounds like a lot of fun. I guess those guys will go away anywhere as long as they have a goal. Oh, but Olga's gonna be there too, right? I don't know what to say to her. Now I know I should have said something to cheer her up instead of just disappearing, but Vakchan, you Olga Marie is no longer in Chishian Itza. She and the Chaldeans have gone their separate ways. I doubt she'll ever return. Huh? How did that happen? I thought they were friends. Oh, what do you know, Tipu? This would seem to be a good time to explain. I can only guess based on information I have been able to piece together, but I believe you, Olga Marie, to be Chaldea's enemy. Not just that, she may also be a greatest threat to the Dinos as well. You have heard their stories about proper human history and the lost belts, yes? And you know how the world outside ours, the civilization of the earth, was erased by the bleached earth phenomenon, right? Well, the bleached earth phenomenon didn't just erase civilization, it also scorched every living thing from the planet. The being responsible for that is the foreign god, an alien who wiped out over 7 billion humans all on her own. And you, Olga Marie, is that foreign god. At least so I believe. There are few points that don't quite add up, so I can't be completely certain. But all that aside, whether by coincidence or miracle, we were able to speak and travel with her for the time. But that was no more than a dream bound to end sooner than later. Quite frankly, our journey with her was a mistake. You're kidding me. Yeah, Tepu pieced all of these things together pretty quickly. Please try to calm down. Lord woke up. The king may not be here right now, but we are still in the presence of solar so- sojourn. If you flap your wings too loudly. Shut up. How are you not bothered by this? How long are those fools gonna keep falling all over themselves, frowning over those damned outsiders? Even the king of dinosaurs is going along with it. Have they no reverence at all for the holy Jokta shrine? That shrine is meant to be where we give thanks to the sun cycle. It is not a place to celebrate outsiders. How many times are they gonna make the same mistake before they get it through their thick skulls? What good has foreign culture ever bought us? That damn cryptid's knowledge has been nothing but poison. That that inclusion of language has only created disparities between dinos, and the ocelomath have been growing stronger at an alarming rate. The only reason you creatons aren't worried is because you don't know how far Mexico City has come. If there were other winged dinos besides me, they would tell you, just as I have, how terrifying that city really is. Please calm down. Please woke up. Woke up. Other priests will come by if you make too much noise. No, they won't. They are all down there at the Jokta shrine, making fools of themselves over a story of Kamazot's defeat. They have no sense of urgency, no concern whatsoever about the impending danger. Why is that? Is it because your creatons never had any natural predators? Because you never knew how terrifying it is to be the only one of your kind? We must find a way to wipe out the Ocelomath. We ignore Mexico City's growing power at our own peril. Dino rules in Mexico City. It's about time we started thinking that way. And yet Kukulkan has left the Ocelomath to do whatever they please. Next thing you know, she brought back a human child and named him the king of all dinosaurs. And then just when we thought she'd gone off to observe Mexico City from distance, she comes back dressed like a damn ocelotl. This all happened recently. Proper human history's knowledge has tarnished Mictlan and our son. In fact, that woman has been far too welcoming for those proper human history outsiders ever since she learned of this god concept. You mustn't say such thing, Lord woke up. Please, at least refrain from putting such thoughts into words. Shut up. This isn't my fault. It's the fault of King and the god who made me think this in the first place. Who do you think I am? Anyway, I'm a rare Petrosaur, the only kind of dino blessed enough to be chosen by the sky. It should be me standing at the top of Dino society. Do you have any idea how much of myself I've devoted to Mictlan for that purpose? Despite repugnant king of dinosaurs, despair unless useless Kukulkan. That the cryptid showing up could change our entire culture proves that we never had a culture of our own to begin with. Yep, you are exactly right, Lord woke up. No one loves Mictlan more than you. You're the perfect Dinos to lead us all. Alright, move ahead with that plan we discussed. Tell Isgali I will agree to a second meeting in secret. I plan to steal the sun. Huh. It's bold, I'll give him that. But it was at least worth hearing what he had to say. I certainly can't think of a better pretense. Fine. If it will really save our dying son, he can have Chishen Itza. What is the stupid bird brain thinking? Scarlet definitely manipulated him. Uh, what? How many? 3, 6, 8. 8 nodes. Third world. Jokjakwali. Shoshokwali. Shoshokwali. Okay, so I'll be stopping here for now. I'll continue it tomorrow. So yeah, the 5th stratum, and we are going to the 7th, right? Oh, I can't wait. The archetype Earth mentioned, plus vampires and other stuff. I'm excited to see where this goes because I definitely have seen who they are referring to, but I don't know what it exactly is. So yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes, and so I'll see you tomorrow with the continuation of LB7's section 13. So thank you all for watching and see you guys tomorrow. Bye.